Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newbury Racecourse here on Tuesday. It is the 27th of June 2023. Gonna look at the fourth race, 7:15 from Newbury. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the fourth race at 7:15, which is the Donington Grove Vets Handicap. It's Class 4 handicap, going for a $13,000 purse. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Horses rated 66 to 85. 7 horses are going 2,400 meters or a mile and 1/2 on the turf course. Gonna take as a top selection the 2-horse Vayner as a top selection. Gonna go 2-4-6 in your tri-cast trifecta. 2-4-6 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Vayner. 4-year-old gun by Master Craftsman. Charlie Hill trains. Kieran Schumark gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 16th of June, which was a week and a half ago about, at Goodwood. Mile 3/4 staying in a Class 4 handicap. Stepping down in class, I thought was the right thing. I just don't think he wanted to go a mile 3/4. Finished third by 1.5 lengths at a little bit of a wide poster, a high weight. He stayed well, but I think he just kind of yielded late. I think cutting back to a mile and a half, back to a Class 4, which I think is his preferred, group of horses he's going to win against. I think he get the job done and run a good race here today. Let's get our $9 with him being at 7-2. Two back, his seasonal reappearance came the 6th of May at Newmarket, a mile and a half in a Class 2 handicap, and he finished 11th by 32 lengths. He was facing very tough horses off the bench. He just didn't run. He weakened out of it. It wasn't his day to win there. And then at Chelmsford on the 8th of November, a mile 5/8 in a Class 4 handicap. He won by a head that day. He was all out. He was kind of hitting the wall late, but he held on to the victory. A very good gritty performance there. And then at Southwell on the 20th of October, a mile 3/4 in a Class 5 handicap. He won by 5 that day, but he was going slow on the front end. He walked the dog. So if you walk the dog so slow, you're going to win off of those fractions. He did just that. And then he just, missed at Nottingham where he just couldn't stay the trip over the mile 3/4. Back to a mile and a half. That's what he wants to do. Back to a Class 4. That's his horses. I think he's a very likely winner. A horse to use in your quad pod would be the 4-horse Noble Masquerade for William Buick and Eve Houghton. Hasn't won in quite a while since early last year, but has been getting close recently. A week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago at Windsor, a mile 3/8 in a Class 4 handicap. He finished third by 6 3/4 lengths that day. I thought he just won that extra furlong. That race is just off a mile and a half there, so I think that it probably cost him. He probably wasn't going to win, but he won some more ground, but he got around the race course well there. And then prior to that at Windsor, a mile 3/8 in a Class 4 handicap, finished third by length. Again, staying the trip well. He just needs something more. He's been getting better with every single race as of recently at Windsor as the season goes on. He's due for a good run. It wouldn't surprise me if 4-1 if he wins. I'll use him in the quad pot for some extra insurance. But to recount my selection for the fourth, the 7:15 from Newbury, let's take the 2-horse Vayner. Give kudos to the 4-horse Noble Masquerade. 2-4-6 tri-cast trifecta. 2-4 in your quad pod. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.